Good evening, sports fans. This time once again for 2016 Minnesota Twins baseball. Tonight we bring to you Game 49 between the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Mariners at Safeco Field. As you can probably tell from a previous video, this is the third game of the series, and tonight's pitching matchup will be Ricky Nolasco versus Taijuan Walker. All right, we'll go over the starting lineups for tonight. Leading off for the Minnesota Twins and playing third base is Eduardo Nunez. Batting second and playing second base is Brian Dozier. Batting third and the designated hitter, Joe Mauer. Batting cleanup and playing right field is Miguel Sano. Batting fifth and playing left field is Robbie Grossman. Batting sixth and playing first base is Byung-Ho Park. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, Eduardo Escobar. Batting eighth and catching, Juan Centeno. And batting ninth and playing center field is Danny Santana. And now for the home team, Seattle Mariners. Leading off and playing center field is Nori Aoki. Batting second and playing left field is Seth Smith. Batting third and playing second base is Robinson Cano. Batting cleanup and playing right field tonight is Nelson Cruz. Batting fifth and playing third base is Kyle Seager. Batting sixth and not the center square but playing first base is Adam Lind. Batting seventh and the designated hitter Franklin Gutierrez. Batting eighth and catching Chris Iannetta. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Luis Sardinas. And we'll get started with Eduardo Nunez against Taijuan Walker. 3-6 against a righty. And that's a good way to get started if you're a Twins fan. That's 20, and that's a base hit. All right, so Nunez is an A stealer. Iannetta's got a 0 arm, so that'd be 1-13. We will not get started on that. I'm going to get my charts. Nope, they won't. They won't get. They won't let him steal. Maybe with 1 or 2 outs, they will. All right, they will hold him on. Here's Dozier. 2-11, and that's a fly ball to left field. All right, here's Mauer. 6-6 against the lefty, and that's a walk. All right, here's here's Miguel Sano. 5-6. It's a fly ball to center field, handled by Aoki. And 2 outs. Here's Robbie Grossman. 5-3 against the lefty. That goes to right field. That's Cruz. This is going to be trouble. 16. And that is a base hit. Falls in. Nunez scores. Mauer goes to third. And the Twins take a 1-0 lead. All right. And here is Byung-Ho Park. 6-9. And this could be a hell of a lot bigger. 1-13. And this could be gone. And that is way gone. 3-run home run for Byung-Ho Park. And the Twins get out to a 4-0 lead. All right, 2 outs and 4 in, and here's Eduardo Escobar. 3-8, pops out to second to end the inning, put the Twins off to a great start. Lead 4-0 after a half inning. All right, and tonight's starting pitcher is Ricky Nolasco and he will bat against Nori Aoki will lead off. 5-6 against the lefty, and that's a strikeout. All right, here's Seth Smith. Oops. 1-3. That's a fly ball to right. Here's Robinson Cano. 4-9. And that's against a lefty. That's a ground ball to second. So 1-2-3 inning for Nolasco. And after one complete, it is Twins 4, Mariners nothing. And Walker will face Centeno, Santana, and the top of the order in Nunez. 4-5. And against the lefty, that's a deep fly ball to right field, but that is caught by Cruz. Here's Santana, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. 2-9, and that's a strikeout. All right, and then here's Eduardo Nunez. 4-8, and that's a base hit. And we will not waste any time, I think, with 2 outs, trying to get a man in scoring position. He is a 1-13. And that's a 5, and he steals second base. All right, so here's Brian Dozier with a runner in scoring position. 2-8. Well, he's got a 10%. Whoops. That was 2. I knocked that over. So 2-8. You got a 10% chance of bringing him in. No. Fly ball to left. And that ends the top half of the second, with the Twins still leading 4-0. All right, Nolasco will face Cruz, Seager, and Lind. 3-7. That's a ground ball to the shortstop, Escobar. He throws the first to get him. And here's Kyle Seager. 1-6. That's right in Seager's wheelhouse. That's a 17. He only gets a single out of it. So, and the Twins do not run very well as a team, so they will not hold anybody on today. All right, here is Lind, 2-10. And there's the first mistake by Nolasco. It is high, it is deep, and it is gone. Bye-bye baseball. Adam Lind, 2-run home run, cuts the deficit in half. We now have a 4-2 ball game. So Adam Lind, circle gets the square or circle gets a home run. 6-6, and that's a strikeout for Gutierrez. 2 outs. And here's Chris Iannetta, the ex-Colorado Rocky. 4-7, and that's a strikeout. However, the Mariners get 2 in the bottom half of the second, and after 2 complete, it is the Twins 4 and the Mariners 2. In the top half of the third inning, it will be Mauer, Sano, and Grossman against Taijuan Walker. All right, here's Mauer. 2-6. That's a walk. So second walk on the day for Mauer. No official at-bats. And here is Miguel Sano. 1-5. And they were not holding Mauer on, so let's see if he gets the... No, it's a double. Mauer heading towards third. Center fielder is Aoki, has a 0 arm. Mauer is 1-14. They're going to send him. Here comes the throw. 1-14. Oh, it's a 20, and he nails him at the plate. So that'll go as a 8-2 out, but there's still a runner in scoring position. So I guess you could say calculated risk. Nobody out. You're trying to score a run from first. Go for it. All right, here's Grossman. 3-4, strikes him out. And here is Byung-Ho Park. 4-9, and that's a strikeout. So Taijuan Walker gets a little help from his defense. And after 2.5, it is 4-2 Twins. And Nolasco will be facing Sardinas, and in the top of the order, Aoki and Smith to start the bottom of the third. 3-7, and that's a ground ball to the shortstop. Throws over to Park, and that's 1 down. All right, here's Nori Aoki. 3-9, and that hits him. So Aoki will be on first. And here's Seth Smith. They're not holding him on. 4-9, and that is a ground ball to Dozier, onto Escobar, onto Park, 4-6-3 double play. And that ends the inning. And after 3 complete, it is Twins 4 and the Mariners 2. And Walker will head into the 4th inning, and he will face Escobar, Centeno, and Santana. And there's Escobar, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. 3-10, and that's a weak ground ball to Cano. Throws him out. Here's Juan Centeno. Whoops. 5-5 against the lefty, and that's a strikeout. All right, here's Danny Santana, the 9th batter. 1-4, and that's a ground ball to the first baseman. Runs to the bag himself, and Lind gets the out, and the Twins go silently in the bottom half, or the top half of the 4th, sorry. And after 3.5, it's 4-2 Twins. And here is Robinson Cano, who will lead off the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2-11, and that's a fly ball to right field. Caught by Sano. Here is Nelly Cruz. 6-4. That ball is going to Nunez. He is a 3. And a 20, and he'll make that play. Don't even have to look at the chart. Here's Kyle Seager. 6-9. And against the lefty, that's home run to 5, double the rest. And that's a 7. So that's a double for Kyle Seager, Corey's brother. In fact, that's what he wears for his Players Weekend, is Corey's brother, because he's kind of in the shadow. So here's Adam Lind. Oh, a 6-9 again, and this will at least get the run from for Seager home. Will we get 2? No, but back-to-back doubles. Scores Seager, and it is now a 4-3 ball game. And Lind gets the RBI double here. And here is Franklin Gutierrez, who is a member of the 2007 Indians that blew a 3-1 lead to the Red Sox. 4-5, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. His second strikeout of the day. But the Mariners come a run closer, and it is now 4-3, going into the top of the 5th. All right, and Walker, this is his point of weakness. So he will face the top of the order in Nunez, Dozier, and Mauer. 2-4, and that's a ground ball to first. And Lind will take it himself. Here is Brian Dozier. 6-4, that's to the third baseman. That's Seager. He's a 1. A 12, would that be in range? No, so we will go off of E23. So he will need an 8-10 or a 12 to make the play. Whoops, and that's off camera, but that's a 7, and he will not make the play. That is a 1-base error. And Dozier reaches first. I think we will wait until see what happens with Mauer here before we think about sending Dozier. 6-7 for lefty. That's a strikeout. And we will not take the bat out of Sano's hand here. As much as he's a strikeout machine, he is a power hitter, so 3-5, and that's a strikeout. So it wouldn't matter if we'd have sent him. So after 4.5 is the Twins 4 and the Mariners 3. And here is Ricky Nolasco going into the bottom half of the 5th. He will face Iannetta, Sardinas, and Aoki for the 5th inning. All right, here we go. 2-4, and that's a ground ball to third. Handled by Nunez, throws over to Park, and that's 1 away. Here's Sardinas. Whoops. And that's a foul ball because the other dice went flying. Yeah. All right, we'll try that again. 5-6. Against a lefty, that's a strikeout. And back to the top of the order, here's Nori Aoki. 6-7, and that is a line out to first. So Park doesn't have to move. And after 5 complete, it is still the Twins 4 and the Mariners 3. All right, so Taijuan Walker will probably be on a short leash. They have Nick Vincent loosening in the pen. All right, so here's Robbie Grossman. 2-7, and that's a single to 19. And that's a 6, so that's an easy base hit. And they will not hold Grossman on. Here's Byung-Ho Park. 2-6, and that's a strikeout. So 1 away. Here's Eduardo Escobar. That's a 5. So 5-6 against the lefty. That's a strikeout. And here's Juan Centeno. 6-7, and that is a strikeout. So Walker strikes out the side, and we go to the bottom half of the 6th. And the score is the Twins 4 and the Mariners 3. And Nolasco is now coming out for the 6th. Now, this is his point of weakness inning. (3-8), and that is a fly ball to center field that is grabbed by Santana for the first out. And here is Robinson Cano digging in. 2-5, and that's a fly ball also to Santana for the second out. And here is Nelly Cruz. 6-10, oh, just avoided the home run ball. But that's an easy ground ball to Park, steps on the bag himself. And after 6 complete, the score is still the Twins 4 and the Mariners 3. And Walker is coming out. I believe this will probably be his last inning because this is the 3rd time through the order. Like I said, Vincent's ready if they need him. 2-4, and that's a ground ball to the shortstop. Here's Nunez. 4-8, and that's a base hit. Let's see. Dozier, they're going to hold him on. But the Twins will decide to play the hit and run. So that will mean because they're holding Dozier on, he will be an A hit and run. And so for this, I only need to roll 2d6s for advanced. And that's a 5. And that is a good play because I don't know if you can see that there. But that's a single, runners advance 2 bases. And they will bring Nick Vincent in. So a great play by Paul Molitor putting the hit and run on. And that will mean that the Mariners will bring the infield in. And here is Nick Vincent, the righty. And we'll mark him here. Okay, so here's Mauer first and third with the infield in. 5-8 against the lefty, and he pops him out to first base. So big out. Infield will still be in. 3-11. Oh no! Now normally that would be an out, but the A+ means if the infield is in, that is a single 2 stars. So play with the fire. Sometimes you do get burned. So Miguel Sano will get an RBI single. And now they'll play the infield back to try to maybe get... There's a lot of pluses on Grossman for a right-hander, so they'll go ahead and play the infield back. 6-6 against the lefty, and that's a strikeout. And that is the third out of the inning. So tried to play the infield in, but it cost them a run, and the Twins now lead 5-3. And we now go to the bottom half of the seventh. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get that. Root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. Brooks 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball game. Yay! All right, here's Kyle Seager. We're going to let Nolasco go for another inning at least. But we'll have Taylor Rogers and, let's see here. We'll have Kevin Jeffson also loosening in the pen. 1-7, and he gets the field goal strikeout. Wow. 1-6 is a double chance, and 1-8 is a home run chance. So they dodged a bullet on that one. So here's Adam Lind. 4-4. That's a catcher X. Doesn't really matter because that's usually like a pass ball and a foul out. Yep. So nobody on, it's just a foul out. And Franklin Gutierrez for last chance for the Mariners for this inning. 5-6 against a righty. That's a ground ball to shortstop. So Nolasco has earned himself another inning. And we go to the top half of the eighth. The Twins lead 5-3. And we will leave Nick Vincent in as he did get 2 outs. So... And we'll have Joaquin Benoit, and we're going to have Mike Montgomery loosening in the pen. So righty-lefty action. So there's Byung-Ho Park. 6-5, and that's a strikeout. Here's Eduardo Escobar. 1-6, and that's a righty. That's a ground ball to shortstop. That's easily picked up by Sardinas. Throws over to Lind, and that's the second out. Here's Juan Centeno. 6-10. Against the lefty, that's a walk. So they will, unfortunately, with a 2-out walk, they'll leave him in, but one more and he will have to get pulled. Because that would be his point of weakness. So here's Santana. This will probably be his last batter nonetheless. 6-12 to the first baseman, Lind. He is a 3. And a 6. Is that in range? Yes, and that is good enough play. Throws to Vincent covering. And that ends the top half of the 8th inning. And Vincent has pitched an inning and 2/3. So, good work out of him. They will be bringing in somebody else, probably Montgomery, for the 9th. Let's see here. And we'll have Nolasco will face Iannetta, Sardinas in the top of the order to start the 8th. 3-8, and that's a fly ball to, oops, that was a 5. 3-8, fly ball to center field. Here is Luis Sardinas. 1-4, and that's a strikeout. And then here's Noriaoki. 2-7, and that's a fly ball to center field. And that ends the 8th inning. Now, the Twins will let Nolasco go, but they will have Brandon Kinsler come out, try to close the game. And here is Mike Montgomery coming in. To face Eduardo Nunez at the top of the order. So let me put my... Okay. 4-4. Third base, that's Seager. He is a 1. 15, that is just in range on the south side, but they'll take it anyway. That's a easy out for Seager. Here is Dozier. 6-3, and that's a base hit. So Dozier is on for, and they'll bring in Mauer. They won't try the hit and run thing like they did with Mauer, but they're holding him on. And we'll let Mauer swing away, lefty-lefty. 3-6, and that's a strikeout. And we will send Dozier now. Actually, no, we won't. We'll let Sano try to hit against the lefty. 4-5. That's a ground ball to shortstop. And that is it for the Twins in the top half of the 9th. We go to the bottom half of the 9th. The Twins leading 5-3. And they will bring Nolasco out to try to finish the game. He has faced 28 batters so far, so not bad. And here is Seth Smith. 5-4. Ooh, that's the center field. Thankfully, that's Santana. That should be a good play. Arena 16. Yep, that's a good play. So Santana takes care of the first out. Probably should have had somebody come in for Sano, but we don't really have anybody on our bench except Oswaldo Arcia, and he is a 4, so it's not really that much difference. Here's Robinson Cano. 5-8. That is to Dozier. He is a 2. And a 20, and that's a good play. So the last hope for the Mariners is Nelson Cruz. And we'll say that's a 5-6. And that's a ground ball to the shortstop. Escobar throws over to first, and Ricky Nolasco has pitched a complete game. And the Twins win 5-3, and that's a little bit of a closer game than what we're kind of used to. And we'll go ahead and do a quick recap here. See if I can get this into view here. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, so the Twins got out to their big inning first. Nunez led off with a single. He walks. Yeah, the Mauer walk to put runners on first and second. Grossman singles home Nunez, and then Byung-Ho Park with a 3-run homer makes it 4-0. The Mariners cut the lead in half in the bottom half of the second inning. Kyle Seager singles, and then Adam Lind with a 2-run homer made it 4-2. The Mariners got it to within 4-3. Back-to-back doubles by Seager and Lind. So Lind is responsible for all 3 runs batted in. Ooh. So I guess the RBI breakdown will be this. Park gets 3 for a 3-run homer. Grossman gets 1 for the single to drive in Nunez, and then Sano gets 1. Nolasco goes the distance. He only gave up the 4 hits. He did not allow a hit from the Lind double that scored Seager on. So bravo for him. He did not walk anybody and struck out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not a bad performance. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this game. It's thankfully going to be a lot cleaner than some of my other games, and it thankfully will also fit on one video. I also had to kind of cut back on the camera angle because the more I zoomed in, the less video time I could get. So hopefully this is light enough and also was zoomed in enough where you could see the cards and the dice. All right, everybody, please hit the, if you have not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and then click the bell icon. You'll be notified when a video of mine comes up. And if you could also hit that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. And for those that are playing your tabletop games, may your dice be lively and your rolls be good. Have a good night, everybody.